Welcome to Gentle Stretch Yoga. Today we'll be doing our yoga lesson followed by a body scan and meditation, then our asanas for stretching, and followed by Savasana or resting pose at the end for a little bit more relaxation. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about travel in yoga because I will be traveling for the next several weeks, and I will be bringing my yoga with me. And I'll hopefully be able to conduct classes during that period. But yoga is a personal choice that we make to practice. Helps us center ourselves, become more peaceful and less anxious. And those are a couple of things that you need during travel. So I hope to be able to do my yoga while I'm traveling. And you can think of it as a personal portable skill that you can use whenever you need to take a break. So now sit yourself in a comfortable seat, your legs crossed in front, ankles one in front of the other, hands on your knees, palms face down or face up, your spine is erect, neck in line with the spine, head just floating on the neck. We'll start with a little bit of breathing, inhaling, and exhaling. Again. And we'll do our hold at the top, inhale for a count of 4. And then hold at the top for 2. And exhale for a count of 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again. And then relax. Breathing is normal. And roll yourself onto all fours and then align yourself along the mat. Removing any bolster you may have been sitting on. And cross your ankles behind. Rolling back to a seated position and putting your legs in front of you. And then rolling one vertebrae at a time onto your back. Your hands are at your side. Just palms open, face down. Legs are stretched out, relaxed. Feet are falling to the outside. And in our body scan meditation, our breathing is natural. Don't try to count or hold. Just let your breath come in and out. Your stomach rise and fall naturally. Now, send your attention down to your toes. Wiggle them. And point and flex your feet. You start the relaxation process for your body. Relax your feet. Letting them fall outward. Relax your ankles. And relax your lower legs. Notice your calves resting on the mat. Notice a little pillow of air, beneath your knees. Relax your kneecaps and fall outward.
Remember to breathe normally. Feel the tops of your thighs relax. And then your hamstrings relax. Buttocks is relaxed. Let your fingers float in space. And breathe. And feel the little pillow of air resting on your palms. And relax your wrists and your forearms. And breathe. And feel the weight of your body pressing on the mat through your sacrum, the very lowest part of your spine. The vertebrae there are fused together to form a very stable platform. Relax the muscles in your lower back. Relax your mid-back. Relax your upper back. And breathe. Relax your shoulders. Relax your shoulder blades. Breathe. Relax your neck. Front of the neck. Back of the neck. Let your jaw fall open. Letting your tongue drop from the top of your mouth. Feel the back of your head resting on the mat, supported by the earth. Relax the top of your head and the forehead. Relax your cheeks and your eyes. And breathe. You're aware that every part of your body is relaxed. The only thing moving is your stomach rising and falling with each breath. And breathe. And start to make those breaths a little deeper. Your stomach rising a little higher. Chest expanding. On the inhale. Stomach falling and chest falling on the exhale. Wiggle your toes. Breathing energy back into your body. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your head from one side to the other. Slowly. And draw the soles of your feet in towards your hips, knees in the air. And roll to one side to a fetal position. And press your top palm into the mat, pushing yourself up back into a comfortable seat. I'd like to sit on a bolster for this first part of our stretching. Raising my hips a little bit above my knees. Across your ankles in front. Spine erect. Neck following the spine. Head resting easily. Palms on your knees. Inhale, raising your shoulders up. Exhale, stretching them back and down. Again, inhale. Exhale, back and down. One more. And dropping your head to your chin, chin to your chest. Begin to roll your head in a circle. Inhaling as you raise your head up and back, exhaling as you come forward and down. Timing breath and movement together. And then come to center, head centered and raised. Inhale, and then drop it again to the chest. And begin the motion in the opposite direction. Inhaling to the rear and up. Exhaling, dropping forward. One more. And then come to center. Shoulders up on an inhale. Exhale, back and down. Again.
Inhale. And drop your head to one side. Take that same side arm onto the top of the head and rest it gently to pull the neck a little bit further down towards your shoulder. The opposite shoulder is not hunched, but dropped back down and relaxed. And breathe. A few more breaths here. And then release, raise the head back to center. Drop the head to the opposite side, shoulder. Same side arm resting on the top of the head. And pulling gently down to the shoulder. Making sure the opposite shoulder is not hunched up, but is relaxed down. And breathe. And inhale, come back to center. Move hands on the knees. And bring one hand to the opposite knee. Opposite hand behind you. Twisting to that direction. And breathe. Relaxing the opposite knee, not raising it up as you twist, but leaving it down in a relaxed position. Then exhale, come back to center, moving to the opposite side. Keeping the spine erect. Each exhale, extend the twist. And with exhale, come back to center. Extend your fingertips to the sides of the mat and lean to one side. You can bring your elbow down to the mat. Extend your arm. If you're sitting on a bolster like I am, you might not get down quite so far. But letting your head relax. And feeling the extension in the opposite side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, to the opposite side. Just feeling the stretch right along here, in the side body. And then come back to center. Now, if you're sitting on a bolster or blanket, remove that and become seated on the mat. Legs in front. And twist one more time, putting the one hand on the opposite knee, twisting behind you, using the back palm to keep your spine erect. And twist. Extend the twist with each exhale. And then release, come back to center, repeat the opposite side. Keeping the spine erect, relaxing the knees, and twisting. And release, come back to center. Now extend your legs in front of you. Flexing the feet. Spine is erect. And then pointing the toes. Again, inhale as you flex. Exhale, point. A couple more. And then we'll do our forward folds. Maybe bend your knees just a little bit because you want to work the lower back, not necessarily the hamstrings. Now to inhale with your back straight. Exhale, just tilt it forward. Then inhale again. And forward fold to a hold. Resting your thighs, shins, or ankles, or feet. The first one will be a little bit tight. Inhale, come back up to center. We'll try it again. Inhale, and then just tilt forward from the lower spine. Inhale again. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe a little bit further this time. Bending your knees to work the lower back. Inhale, come back to center. And work the hamstrings a little, lower your knees to the ground. This time we'll tilt forward, but we won't fold. Inhale, exhale, just tilting and feeling the hamstring stretch as you keep the back straight. And breathe. And exhale, if you can tilt a little bit more to work the hamstrings. The feet are flexed. And then inhale, come back to center. Now spread the legs in a wide V. Looking towards the right. Right hand inside the right leg or left to left leg. Twisting to the opposite side, raise that opposite arm overhead. And just folding into that leg. Knee can be bent. We're stretching the opposite side with a little twist. And breathe. And inhale, come back to center. Moving to the opposite side. Same side, hand inside the leg, opposite arm overhead. One side maybe a little bit more loose than the other. And breathe. And then inhale, come back to center. And draw your legs in towards each other. And then bring the soles of the feet together into a cobbler's pose. Letting your knees fall outward. Spine is erect. Inhale. And tilt forward. Inhale again. And exhale to folding forward and pushing the knees outward. And breathe here. Feeling your hips open and your lower back stretch. With each exhale, you may drop a little lower. Remember to breathe. And then release, come back to center. And extend the legs one more time. Bring only one knee in, right knee to the chest. Grasp with the opposite arm. Palm behind you and twisting to the side or to the rear. And stretching your back and at the bottom of your right hip. And breathe. And release that, extend that leg. Draw the opposite leg in, grasping with the opposite arm. Other palm on the ground behind you. And breathe, spine is erect. With each exhale, twist a little more. And then release. Extend both legs. Then bring them in and cross them in front of you. Push yourself forward onto a tabletop position. Line yourself along the mat. Your hands are beneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide, lightly gripping the mat, knees under the hips. Weight equally distributed between your knees and hands. Dropping back to child's pose on an exhale. Inhale, coming forward. Again. And once more. Moving your whole torso in a circle, just this 2-inch circle to start. 50 weight hand to hand, then knee to knee. Warming up the whole body, making the circle bigger if you like. Timing the movement with breath. Exhaling as you go to the back, inhaling as you come forward. You may drop all the way into a child's pose at the rear if you like. And then start to make the circle smaller. Back to that 2-inch circle. And then come to a stop. Move in the opposite direction, opposite circles. As small or as big as you like. Kind of breath with movement. Exhaling to the rear, inhaling forward. And then making the circle smaller. Coming to a rest. And then curling your toes underneath. And pushing yourself up into the down dog. Stretching your calf muscles. Turning your shoulders outward. Then walk the dog to stretch each calf in turn. And then coming back to the tabletop position. Uncurling your toes. Inhale, raising to a cat.
Exhale for cow. You arch your back, push your shoulders away from your ears. When you drop into cow, raising your head forward. And continue inhaling into cat, exhaling into cow. And then come to center, dropping back to child's pose. Inhale, come up. Twice more. And move one knee in towards the center line of about 2 inches. Extend the other leg behind you, toes are curled. Pushing back with your hands, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Stretching the calf of that extended leg. Breathe. And then relaxing, raise that leg up, cross it over the opposite leg, dropping the toes to the ground. Look over that shoulder towards those toes. And breathe. And release, raise that leg, bring it back to center, draw it in to join the other. Extend the opposite leg behind you, pushing back with your hands, stretching the calf, shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. And then raise that leg, cross it over the opposite one, drop the toes back to the ground. Look over that shoulder toward your toes and turn and twist. And then inhale, bring that leg back to center. Throw the knee in, join the other. Coming back to child's pose. And coming up. Again. Once more, this time stay down in the child's pose. And walk your fingers forward along the mat, dropping your head to the mat. And breathe. And we're stretching your hips and also in your shoulders as you walk them forward. And then on the exhale, walk them to one side, to the right. Exhale, walk them back to center. And then exhale again, walk them to the left. And breathe. And then on the inhale, come back to center. Back up to tabletop. And for our balance, bring left knee slightly in toward the center line. Extend the left or the right leg behind you. Toes are curled. Extend the left hand in front of you. Looking forward slightly, 45-degree angle. And then raise that back leg. Pointing the toe. And breathe. Or you can leave the toes on the ground. And then drop the toes to the ground, drop the hand to the ground, bring the knee in to join the other. Extend the left leg behind you, toes are curled, right arm extending in front. Raising the left leg, pointing the toes, extending the leg and arm, balance move. And drop the toes to the ground, bring the hand back under the shoulder, both knees in under the hips. And bring the left hand in towards the center line, raising the right arm overhead. And then we'll thread the needle, sliding that arm underneath the other one, bringing the right shoulder down to the mat. Breathe. And now to inhale, bring that arm back up, both hands underneath the shoulders. And then raise the left arm overhead and thread the needle under the other arm, bringing the shoulder down to the mat. Right arm can be at an angle or extending along the mat in front of you. And breathe. And on the release, bring both hands underneath your shoulder blades again. Curling your toes underneath, pushing back up into a down dog. Walking the dog, turning your shoulders outward away from your ears. And then coming back down to tabletop, uncurling the toes. Coming back to a hero pose, sitting on your heels, your hips. Raising a block or blanket or bolster to raise your hips up a little if that's more comfortable. Hands on your knees, spine is erect, shoulders breathe in, inhale up, exhale back and down. Again, inhale, exhale back and down. Once more. Now coming forward, this time come back, toes are curled, get back to the heels or to a block or bolster. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Again. And once more. And come to tabletop. And let the toes relax, tap the mat, feet. And then come up, raising your hips above your knees. Putting your hands at the back of your hips and leaning back into a camel pose. Stretching your chest up and back. Looking towards the ceiling, your hands can drop towards your ankles. You can rest them on blocks if you have them. Letting your shoulder blades come in towards each other. Breathe. And exhale, come back up to center. Come back down to the tabletop. Push your legs, ankles behind you, and roll back onto your seat. Extend the legs in front. And then roll back one vertebrae at a time. Onto your back. Bridge work. Bring your soles of your feet in towards your hips, knees in the air. Your heels can touch your fingers if you like. And then push up into a bridge. Exhale back down. Again, push up and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time hold in the up position and push maybe a little higher. Continue to breathe. 5 breaths. And then drop your hips to the ground. Move the soles of your feet towards the edges of the mat. And drop them to the right. Extend your arms in a T position. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Look over your right shoulder. And then just time that with your breath into windshield wiper. Side to side. And bring your knees back to center. Walk your soles of your feet in towards your hips. Cross your right ankle onto your left knee. And drop that knee to the right. Looking over your left shoulder to your left palm. And breathe. Feel the twist all up your spine. And into your neck. And inhale, come back to center. Cross your legs. Bring the left ankle onto the right knee. Drop the left knee down to the ground. Look over your right shoulder to your right palm. And breathe. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Couple more breaths. And release and raise your knees up in the air and cross your ankle, both soles of the feet on the ground. Getting across the right ankle onto the left knee. Reach through to pull the left thigh into your chest. Stretching that opposite hip. You can raise your head, pull if you like, or leave your head on the mat. A few more breaths. And drop that foot to the ground. And cross your knees. Place the left ankle onto the right knee. Reach through to pull the right thigh to your chest. Feel the stretch in the opposite hip. And release, drop the right foot to the ground and across the knees. Walk the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat, arms in a T position. Windshield wiper to the right. Inhale, exhale to the left. And repeat. Inhale, come back to center. Now we'll do some inversion. So if you have a block or a blanket or pillow, raise your hips up. Put that block underneath the sacrum, the flat part of your lower back, and bring your knees into your chest, adjusting the block closer as you need to. And pull your knees into your chest. You can leave them here or extend the feet, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Feet are flexed. Thumbs are at your side or in a T position. Let the block or bolster support your hips. And relax. Point and flex your feet. And then stretch in the back of your legs. And let your legs drop down just slightly, a couple of inches. And let your feet come apart and then come back together in a scissor movement. Working to strengthen the core. Just easy little scissors. Feel your lower abdomen, stomach coming in. And then keep your feet above your head, above your hips again. And drop your legs to the side in a wide V. You can have your knees bent, your feet stretched out. Support your legs with your hands under your thighs, if you like. Feel the opening in your hips. Inhale, bring you back to center. This time, tiny movement with breath. Exhale, open. Inhale together. Knees can be bent or straight. Two more. And everyone, bring your knees into your chest. Pull your knees in towards your chest. With your hands. And then extend the legs along the mat. Into a supported fish position. Raise or lower the back block or bolster as you like. Opening the groin, and then walking the shoulder blades in towards one another to open the chest. And breathe. Five more breaths here. And then bring the soles of the feet in towards the hips, pushing the hips up in the air. If you remove that block or bolster, dropping the hips back to the mat. Extending the feet once again wide to the edges of the mat. Arms in a T position. And dropping the legs to the right. And then to the left, looking in the opposite direction. And then bringing the knees up towards the ceiling. And both knees in towards the chest. And then extend the right leg below the chest. Just pull the left knee in. Relax the right leg. Getting ready for our Savasana. Breathe. And then switch legs, left leg along the mat, draw the right knee into the chest. Left leg is relaxed. And the right ankle. And draw both knees into the chest. Drop the knees to the outside. And raising your feet towards the ceiling. Maybe grasping your thighs, shins, or feet into a happy baby. Rocking side to side. Maybe extending the legs one at a time, or both together. And then bring the knees back into the chest. And massage the lower back by rocking side to side. Dropping the feet to the mat. Extending the legs along the mat. Hands at your side. Palms face up and face down. We're ready for Savasana. Breathing is normal. Breathing is natural, relaxing. After a few minutes, I will bring us out of Savasana. Your whole body is relaxed.
Start to bring energy back into your body by breathing more deeply. Letting your stomach and chest rise with an inhale and fall with the exhale. Wiggle your toes. Move your fingers, stretching your hands out. Your head rolls side to side. And bring the soles of your feet in towards your hips, knees in the air. Roll to one side, into a fetal position. And when you're ready, press your top palm into the mat, raising yourself back to a comfortable seat. Maybe sitting on the bolster, legs crossed in front, hands on your knees, spine is erect. Inhale up, shoulders, exhale back and down. Again. And once more. And today's lesson was about yoga and travel. Yoga is a personal practice. You can bring it with you wherever you go and use it to focus and center, relax and unwind, either at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, but just to give yourself a break when you need it. Extend your fingertips to the edges of the mat. Inhale, raising your arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center and bowing your head. I invite peace into your heart, into your whole being, so that you may share it with others around you whenever you need the peace. I invite the greeting, Namaste. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I'll join you at the front of the room.